All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a problem-solving method that was, get this, a Soviet military secret for decades. And now, it's being supercharged by modern AI. We're talking about a whole new toolkit for innovation. So let's just jump right in with a huge question. It's one that every innovator, every engineer, every creator faces. How do you solve a truly impossible problem? You know the kind when you hit that wall, that genuine contradiction where fixing one thing just breaks something else. What do you even do then? Well, believe it or not, the answer might just be hiding in 2 million patents and an idea that was, for over 50 years, kept under wraps by the Soviet military. No, this isn't science fiction. It's the real origin story of a methodology called TRIZ. It all started with a Soviet inventor, Genrikh Altshuler. This guy painstakingly sifted through millions of patents, looking for the universal patterns of how things get invented. And these patterns, well, they were once a closely guarded secret. All right, so what is this powerful once secret method? Let's dive in.
Okay, so TRIZ is a Russian acronym. It stands for the Theory of Inventive Problem Solving. But what it really comes down to is this really powerful principle: someone, somewhere, has already solved a problem just like yours. So instead of, brainstorming from a blank slate, TRIZ gives you a systematic way to find those proven solutions. It's like having a cheat sheet for creativity, with tools like the 40 inventive principles, which are basically universal tricks for breaking through those tough contradictions.
But, and this is a big but, TRIZ isn't some magic wand you can just wave. It actually has a pretty steep learning curve. As TRIZ specialist Tanasak explains with his back-to-basic model, you can't just pick up the tools and go. You need a really deep grasp of the fundamental science of your problem. And for a lot of people, that's a huge hurdle. That knowledge gap can stop innovation dead in its tracks. And this is where the story gets really interesting. This is the AI game changer. It's the catalyst that's taking this old-school methodology and just supercharging it.
Yeah, Tanasak puts it perfectly. He says, think of AI as a teammate, one that never gets tired, never gets frustrated, and is always ready to help. So it's not about replacing human creativity. Not at all. It's about having this tireless collaborator that can finally bridge that knowledge gap we were just talking about. I mean, it can access and make sense of massive amounts of scientific knowledge, like instantly.
And listen, this isn't just some theory he's floating around. Tanasak has been on the front lines of this. I mean, look at this timeline. He went from publishing his first public paper on TRIZ and generative AI in June 2023 to submitting his TRIZ Level 5 master thesis on it just a year later. He's been pioneering this integration in real time, refining it constantly.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually prompt innovation? How does it work in practice? Let's walk through a real-world example from Tanasaka's work and see how this plays out.
So the problem starts with something mysterious. An electronics company keeps finding what looks like rust on their gold-plated circuits. But wait a minute. Gold doesn't rust. So what on earth is going on? After a little digging, they figure out it's not rust at all. It's copper. And that copper is supposed to be under the gold layer, not on top of it. All right, so your first move, your first prompt to the AI is pretty straightforward. You might ask something like, analyze potential root causes for copper appearing on a gold-plated surface. And, the AI gives you some pretty standard answers: poor plating, contamination, stuff you'd probably come up with in a regular brainstorming session. It's helpful, sure, but it's not a breakthrough.
But then comes the second prompt. And this is the breakthrough question. Notice the shift here. It's a total change in strategy. Instead of asking the AI for the answer, they ask, what are the fundamental physical or chemical principles we should study to explain this? See what's happening? They're asking the AI to teach them the deep science. This is how you use AI to bridge that knowledge gap.
And bam! The AI's response is on a whole different level. It's not just listing symptoms anymore. It's giving them a list of the deep scientific principles that are the real root causes. We're talking about things like electrochemical migration, the Kirkendall effect, which is about atomic diffusion, and solid-state diffusion. These are complex concepts that a team of engineers could literally spend weeks, maybe even months, trying to research on their own. So Tanasak didn't just stop with the method. I mean, that would have been amazing on its own. He actually went a step further and built a whole toolkit for innovators to make this power accessible to, well, everyone. He's created a whole suite of custom GPTs. Just look at this snapshot. Each one is built for a specific job. There's one for root cause analysis that walks you through it step by step. Another one helps you identify those tricky contradictions using TRIZ. There's even a science simplifier to help you understand the complex stuff the AI uncovers. It's basically an entire AI-powered TRIZ toolkit that you can have right at your fingertips. And the difference this makes, it's just night and day. Without AI, you're stuck with whatever knowledge your team happens to have, and research can drag on for weeks or months. But with AI, you're tapping into a massive library of scientific knowledge instantly. You can pinpoint root cause principles in minutes, not months, and you start uncovering these non-obvious, innovative paths that were just hidden before.
So where does this leave us? What does this powerful mix of old-world wisdom and cutting-edge tech mean for the future of solving problems?
Well, according to Tanasak's thesis, this is really just the beginning. The whole point here isn't just to make things faster. The aim is to unlock the full potential of this approach, to completely revolutionize engineering, problem-solving, and innovation. It's all about changing how we tackle problems across every field imaginable. So when you combine that human ingenuity with this kind of collaborative AI, you're putting an incredibly powerful toolkit into more hands than ever before. It's really democratizing innovation itself. And that leaves us with one last, really exciting question to think about. Now that these tools are this accessible, what impossible problem are you going to solve first?